Okay, so I want to talk about the afternoon crash after you have lunch because most of us have probably experienced that. We go to work, we feel fresh in the morning, we're caffeinated, feeling good, and then lunch comes, still feeling good, we have a good meal, but then about 30 minutes to an hour later, we get brain fog. Our energy levels greatly diminish. We might even have trouble keeping our eyes open. We're nodding off at the computer screen. Our mood gets bad. Maybe we're bloated. It's just not good. It's effectively what we call a food coma. Well, the good news is there's actually something we can do to remedy this problem. And it's very simple. We just simply need to take 10 to 15 minutes after our meal and go take a walk. This will offshoot pretty much everything. You won't get the brain fog, you won't get tired, you won't get the bloating, and you won't be in a bad mood. You'll actually be able to return to work and feel great. So this is something that Chinese medicine has known about for a long time. It's actually worked its way into Chinese culture. If you ask any Chinese person about this, they all know about it. They even have a proverb: walk 100 steps after eating, live 99 years. That's a very well-known proverb in China. And so this is something really important to practice, and you can benefit from it. I personally do this every day, and it has pretty much changed my life. I mean, if I don't do it and I get the energy dip, sometimes that lasts like 3 to 4 hours. That's a lot of time to waste when we could just eat our food, feel good all day, and just not have to deal with this problem. And something that I really love about this is something that, scientific research is also confirming. So there have been some articles published where they found that walking after a meal, 10 to 15 minutes, can regulate blood glucose. It can increase insulin sensitivity, improve sleep, improve the mood, benefit digestion, stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. I mean, it's just, why wouldn't you do this, right? It's really something that can change your entire day. And I've really benefited from it. The people I know who do it have also really benefited from it. And yeah, it's just overall just a great practice to include in one's daily life. It doesn't have to be confined to lunch. It can also be breakfast and dinner. So I personally do intermittent fasting, and that is something I recommend to most of my clients because, the scientific literature there is, pretty conclusive that we should wait at least, a few hours after we wake up to eat our first meal, and create a space between our last meal and before we go to bed. I mean, the literature there is pretty conclusive. Generally, if you're following that, you're only going to eat 2 meals, right? Maybe 2 meals and a snack between them. You don't want to do it just once, you can do it twice. It's just a great habit to have. And it doesn't have to be walking. It can be like yoga, tai chi, dancing, just anything that is a light activity. You don't want it to be intense. Like, you don't want to go to the gym and just go pump iron right after lunch, or you don't want to go jog a mile or 3 miles. You don't want to go run a marathon. That's when you get the digestive cramps and everything. No, it's better if it's moderate activity. And also the timing really matters. It can't be a long time after you eat. It actually has to be pretty close to you just finishing your meal. The recommended time is 10 to 15 minutes, definitely. A 10 to 15 minutes of activity within 10 to 15 minutes of finishing your meal. Pretty simple. And it doesn't really take a lot of time out of someone's day. I mean, say you have a 1-hour lunch break, it takes about 30 minutes to finish your meal. And then for the rest of the 1 hour, just use that 10 to 15 minutes to go walk. If you want to boost this practice, do the walk in nature. Do it in a nature trail. If you want to boost it even more, invite somebody, make it a social event, because our relationships to people, contribute greatly to our health. And also going out in nature is another thing that will stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. So overall, I mean, it's just a great habit to have. And, it's just going to benefit you no matter what age you are, no matter who you are. So yeah, I hope this helped. if you have any questions or comments, or if you're somebody who already does this and have a good experience, leave something in the comments and I'd like to see. So yeah, thank you for watching my video.